Hi, I'm Michaela and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite substrates. Oh, I almost spilled it. It's Fluval Stratum and I love this stuff. It's like, a lot of people are starting to talk about it in the plant community and they're calling it like black magic and stuff like that just because it works so well. I've never had as much success with propagation and rehabilitation in any other substrate as I have with this one. Here's what it looks like. This is just a Scindapsus cutting, and yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit about how I use it. So what it is a volcanic soil that is collected from the foothills of the Mount Aso volcano in Japan, and then it's just compressed into like these little pellets. And what it's often used for is shrimp tanks or planted tanks to promote plant growth, and something about like shrimp can burrow in it or something. I don't know much about shrimp, so that could be wrong, but I know a lot of people do use it for shrimp. It contains beneficial nutrients for the plants because it is volcanic soil. It also promotes a neutral to slightly acidic pH, and its structure promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria. So all of those things combined just make it very good for plants. A lot of people use it like a semi-hydro medium like leca or pon. That's not really how I use it. I guess maybe kind of somewhat, but you can also mix it in with your soil. And I actually got that tip from a subscriber, so thank you for that because it works really well for that. So here you just kind of wanna, I keep it in closed containers and I just kind of make sure that there is moisture in it, and when it dries out it looks kind of gray and dusty, and that's how you know to water it. But I don't really keep like a reservoir or anything, I wouldn't say, and I don't like do flushing or anything with it because it is soil, it's just compressed soil. And you can, so it's not really like leca because you can definitely like break it down with your fingers, see? So it's really not like that, but I know people have success using it like that. That's just not what I do. I'll say this all the time, just do whatever works for you. Like it doesn't, there's not one way to do houseplant stuff. Just do whatever works for you. I usually propagate with it or do like some kind of rehabilitation, and then I add it in with the soil that I put it in with, and it works really well like that. All the information that I have been finding about this refers to fish tanks or shrimp tanks with plants in them. So it's not really house plants. I just couldn't really find any information like that, but you can reuse it until it breaks down. You just have to let it dry out between uses. And I have done that several times and it seems to work just as well. I found it probably over the summer. It looks like I ordered it on the 4th of July, but I just saw somebody using it in their Instagram story for a plant that they couldn't get to root in anything, and that was the only thing that worked. So I was like, I gotta try this stuff, and I never looked back. I will say it is pretty expensive though. So for this 18-pound bag, I think it was like $40. Yeah, so I don't use it for every single cutting, but just for like really expensive stuff or stuff that's not rooting in anything else, I think it's definitely worth the money. And I also use it in little prop boxes too, and it works really well for that also. So yeah, I've just seen a lot of people online who are really confused by it, don't really know how to use it, and it's really easy. You don't have to overthink it. It's just pretty straightforward, works like just about anything. So, and it's just not complicated, which I love. The other thing is you definitely want to rinse it before you use it. Yeah, and when you are rinsing it, just do it either outside or into a bowl and then dump that outside don't wash that stuff down your drain. Trust me, it is not a good time to have to replace your sewer line. So just be careful with your drains. Also, there's a lot of confusion over what the heck this stuff is called. A lot of people call it Fluval. A lot of people call it Stratum. I'm just gonna call it what it says on the bag, and that's Fluval Stratum. I've called it both, and I've had people try to correct me either way, which neither term on its own is very specific. Fluval is the brand in this instance, but I guess it also refers to a type of soil. My husband was listening to a nature podcast, and it was talking about that. And then Stratum is even less specific. It's like soil near a river. So I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna call it Fluval Stratum because that's what it says on the bag, and no matter what you call it, it's gonna work the same. So yeah, I'm just gonna be putting some stuff into it so you can watch me rinse it and kind of see how I use it. And yeah, hopefully you get the notion to try some. I would highly recommend it. I'm just putting it into this strainer. See, here's all the dust. So you definitely do need to be rinsing this stuff. But I'll show you how nasty the water is. And I will reiterate once again that you don't want to put that down your drain. So I'm gonna go dump this outside. You know what? I could probably water a plant with it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna water some plants with it. Bernadette here's the package. She thinks she's getting something. Okay, so I just have this little Hoya Decay cutting, and I have been struggling with this one, so I figured I'm gonna try it in Fluval Stratum. There is a piece of perlite in there, but that's all right. Also, if you end up spilling this stuff, it kind of looks like mouse poop, so I've scared myself a couple of times thinking that they're mice, but it's just Fluval. Excuse me, Fluval Stratum. Stratum? I don't know. But yeah, I usually keep it about like this, and I make sure that it looks like there is moisture in there. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it's dry. That just means you need to add some water. It has more of like a gray matte type of texture. So you can hopefully see how different they look here. Okay, so that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. if you have any questions or anything. Also, there is a Facebook group that talks about growing in this stuff, and I'll link that. And also follow me on Instagram at Queen City Tropicals. And yeah, I'm not claiming to be an expert on this. I just, like, I saw someone using it on Instagram like last summer, and I've just been kind of experimenting with it because I couldn't find any information. So, but the way I've been using it has worked really well for me. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer based on my experience. And yeah, hopefully you try some and enjoy it, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching.